उजड़ गया पंछी अब तेरा बसेरा, उजड़ गया पंछी अब तेरा बसेरा। टूट गई वो डाली जिस पर तूने डाला डेरा, उजड़ गया पंछी अब तेरा बसेरा। आया वो तूफान बिखर के रह गया तिनका तिनका, लिया है तुझसे किस्मत ने के बदला है किस दिन का। ये रंग बिरंगे पंख छोड़ दे, अपना पिंजरा आप तोड़ दे। आई वो गम की रात न होगा जिसका कोई सवेरा, उजड़ गया पंछी अब तेरा बसेरा। साथ छोड़ गया साथी तेरा, रह गई उसकी यादें। चुप हो जा, चुप हो जा, तेरी कौन सुनेगा दर्द भरी फरियादें। हार सिंगार मिटा दे अपना, तेरी खुशियाँ हो गई सपना। हार सिंगार मिटा दे अपना, तेरी खुशियाँ हो गई सपना। छोटी सी एक जान को गम के तूफानों ने घेरा, उजड़ गया पंछी अब तेरा बसेरा। टूट गई वो डाली जिस पर तूने डाला डेरा, उजड़ गया पंछी अब तेरा बसेरा। एक प्यासा तुझे मैं खाना दिए जाता है, जाते जाते भी ये नजराना दिए जाता है। बाजी किसी ने प्यार की जीती या हार दी, बाजी किसी ने प्यार की जीती या हार दी। जैसे गुजर सकी ये शबे गम गुजार दी, बाजी किसी ने प्यार की जीती या हार दी। साहिल करेगा याद उसी नाम रात को, साहिल करेगा याद उसी नाम रात को। है कश्ती खुशी से जिसने भंवर में उतार दी, जैसे गुजर सकी ये शबे गम गुजार दी, किसी ने प्यार की जीती या हार दी। जब चल पड़े सफर को तो क्या देखना, जब चल पड़े सफर को तो क्या मुड़ के देखना है। दुनिया का क्या है उसने सदा बार बार दी। जैसे गुजर सकी ये शबे गम गुजार दी। बाजी किसी ने प्यार की जीती या हार दी। बाजी किसी ने प्यार की जीती या हार। दौलत के झूठे नशे में हो चूर, गरीबों की दुनिया से रहते हो दूर। अजी एक दिन ऐसा आएगा जब माटी में सब मिल जाएगा। माटी ही ओढ़न माटी बिछावन, माटी का तन बन जाएगा। माटी में सब मिल जाएगा। आसमान से भी ऊंची तेरी आस है, पर कभी सोचा नहीं गिनती की तेरी सांस है। इसका तू हिसाब कर, अंगूठा उंगलियों पे धर। कितनी खर्च कर रहा भलाई में, कितनी तू लगा रहा बुराई में। भलाई का फल रह जाएगा, बाकी माटी में सब मिल जाएगा। माटी ही ओढ़न माटी बिछावन, माटी का तन बन जाएगा। माटी में
बोल श्री राम नाम सत्य है, सबका यही गत है। मे वी ऑल स्टैंड माय डियर फ्रेंड्स। So today we have all gathered to pay farewell and tribute to one who has been with us for 97 years. Not many people, of course, making that kind of distance today, but we're all very fortunate to have seen someone at this point in our lives who have lived so long and now has gone to the great beyond. Let us bow our heads in prayer. Hari Om Shantakaram Bhujagashayinam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gaganasadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmikantam Kamalarnainam Yogi Birdhyanagamyam Bande Vishnum भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम् ॐ विष्णवे नमः ॐ विष्णवे नमः ॐ विष्णवे नमः राम नाम सच है सबका यही गत है प्लीज बी सीटेड थैंक यू पुट द फ्लावर्स एट द फीट यार पानी दे भाई यार पानी give it the big sun in front जैसे का from the lota water there take a few drops of the water in mangoli pour it on top of the leaf very well so now I want to touch his hands like a chain reaction and I want you to say after me say Om Vishnu 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 Adhya Sri Brahmani Dvitiye Parardhe Sri Shwet Arah Kalpi Vaishwat Manvantare Ashtavin Shatitame Kalyuge Kali Pratham Charane Trinidad Deshe Plamitan Grame Aryavart Antargata Brahmavait Kadeshe Punya Chetre Baudha Vatare Vartaman Yathanam Samvatsare Dakshine Aine Ashwin Mase Krishna Pakshe Saptami Tithau Guru Vasare Mriksara Nakshatre Variyan Yog Balav Karane Kanya Rasi Stithi Surya Mithun Rasi Stithi Shashanke Shesheshu Graheshu Yatha Yatha Rasi Sthane Steshu. Now you guys take your names. Now say Yajmanasya Kashyap Gotrasya. What's my name again? Bhagmania Pretasya Anteshti Karma Aham Karishye. Om Krishna Arpan. Touch it to your forehead. Place it at the feet there for me. Take some water from the lota to the big, only touch his hands there. And sprinkle over the entire body for me, from head to toe. Adhya Kashyap Gotrasya Bhagmanya Pretasya Vritasthane Shabnam Nimit Snanam Maya Diyate Tau Pratishtitam. Rest on the lota. Take the chandan. Chandanam Maya Diyate Tau Pratishtitam. Take it this thing. Adhya Kashyap Gotrasya Bhagmanya Pretasya Mritasthana Shabnam Nimit Chandanam. Give there. Bhagmanya Pretasya Chandanam Maya Diyate Tau Pratishtitam. Adhya Kashyap Gotrasya Bhagmanya Pretasya Mritasthana Shabnam Nimit Chandanam Maya Diyate Tau Pratishtitam. Somebody pick up the bottle. Give the big brother. So you spray entire body. Any difference in that? Adhya Kashyap Gotrasya Bhagmanya Pretasya Mritasthana Shabnam Nimit Just have one inside it. Just press it inside in case you want to use it. Put it inside. Put it a bit there. Head to it. Gandham maya diyate tavo pratishtita. Just have one inside. Put it on. Right, so you have malas there now. Get your malas. Somebody help them with the malas. Give him it, give him it. Yeah. Pushpamal maya diyate. Just sit on the chest and work close to the neck. Adhya kashyap gotrasya bhagmanya pretasya mritasthana shab nam nimit pushpamal maya diyate tavo pratishtatam. Take the light the arti jata bhai. So give him it. So touch his arm. So we wait over the head and over the entire body. Right. Yeah, right. Yam dware mahagore andhena tamasadvite tatalokamarthaya deepoyam upatishtatam deepam maya diyate tavo pratishtatam. Yam dware mahagore andhena tamasadvite. No, walk. Leave it as you walk. Tatalokamarthaya deepoyam upatishtatam. Adhya kashyap gotrasya bhagmanya pretasya mritasthana shab nam nimit deepam maya diyate tavo pratishtatam. Yam dware mahagore andhena tamasadvite tattalokamarthaya deepoyam upatishtatam. Yam dware mahagore andhena tamasadvite tattalokamarthaya deepoyam upatishtatam. Adhya kashyap gotrasya bhagmanya pretasya mritasthane shab nam nimit deepam maya diyate tavo pratishtatam. Right. Sit down. There's a pin. Take one of those spindles, put some black till and put a quick grass on top of it. And put it without water there. Give it to this. Stand there. Let me say the press. Adhya Kashyap Gotrasya Bhagmania Pretasya Mrita Sanishab Nam Namit Eshate Pindu Mayadiyate Tao Pratishtita Tilanjali Mayadiyate. Right. Now take the area with all the those dollies now. The black till. Yeah, put some black till on top of it. Bring some black till and all the dollies. Right. So you take up one. Om Vasumasi Shatadharam Vasu Pavitramasi Sahastradharam Devasva Savita Punatu Vasu Pavitrena Shatadharina Supta Kamaduksha Vasubhya Namah Pretavahaya Namah. Take another one. Om Varunasa Uktam Bha Namasi Varunasaskam Sarjanishto Varunasarita Sadanyasi Varunasaramasida Varunaya Namah Upita Sankhaya Namah. Place it under the right arm. And take another one. Utano Hirnyabudnya Chinutvaja Ekapa Pritavi Samudra Om Ajay Kapadaya Namah Pritapaya Namah. Take another one. Om Shivo Namasi Twadishtathaste Pita Namaste Astu Mahigwamsi Mahirbunyaya Namah Peta Bhumi Paya Namah. Om Pusham Peta Tutrastya Ima Ihamasi. Next one. Pushne Namah Preta Hartre Namah. Right. So I'm going to invite just the immediate family, that is daughters or brothers, children, will come and put a flower and make a little arati. Others will get a chance later on in the program. So just the immediate family will come here and put a flower and make a little arati. You have lots of malas there, so probably use out the malas. Yes. While that is happening, Bhagavad. So we sing a little bhajan while we go ahead. Put mala. Somebody give her the arati and stand by to hold back the arati. So you have Jai Krishna Hare. So look into your copies, we sing that bhajan, Jai Krishna Hare. Jai Krishna Hare, Sri Krishna, Dukhiyo ke dukh dur kare. Jai Krishna Hare, Sri जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो आशा का दूर किनारा ओ जब चारों तरफ दशपुत्य दशपुत्य जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो आशा का दूर किनारा हो. Another hear in your voices. और कोई न खेवन हारा हो तब तू ही Give her the mala. Give her mala. Jai Krishna Hari. दुखियों के दुख दूर करे जय जय जय. Bow to her feet. तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे. तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे. पूर्ण करे सबकी आशा, पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा. जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे, जय कृष्ण हरे श्री. दुखियों के दुख दूर करे जय जय जय. जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा. ओ जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो. और कोई न केवन हारा हो, और तब तू ही बेड़ा पार करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे. जय कृष्ण हरे श्री. दुखियों के दुख दूर करे जय. ओ जय 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 कृष्ण हरे. ओ जय जय जय. हरे रामा राम राम. All voices. Hare Rama Ram Rama. Again. Hare Rama Ram Rama. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Rama. Hare Rama Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Again. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Rama Satya means the So my dear friends, the word Satya means the truth. So what you're watching in front of us here is one of the truths of life. How many of us are ready for that? And how are you going to be ready for that? So while I was singing the bhajans a while ago, I remember there was a patient at the Sangre Grande hospital. And the family comes and says, Baba, the doctor says they can't do anything much more for my father. And they want to call your priest and see what a priest could do. This guy was almost at the ending moment. So I have gone there. They called me, so I went there, and all the family were at the side of the bed. They were all in tears. They were sentimental. They were crying and stuff. So I asked the guy. Of course, he was alive. I said, sir, can you say after me, let's take the name of the Lord. I said, Om. And he said, Om. I said, Namo. He said, Namo. Those were easy words. I said, Bhagavate. Bhaga. And he couldn't say the other part of it. I said, no problem. Let us try it again. And we did it over again. Whenever I come to Bhagavate, he could not say Bhagavate. I must try about 5 to 6 times to get that guy to take the name of the Lord. This was his ending moment. And imagine at that moment, he could not even take the name of the Lord. So I asked the family, what was this guy doing all the time? You had a whole long life. What were you doing all the years prior to this moment? Were you just building a house for you, sending you to school, providing food and so on the table? Did you encourage your dad, your grandfather, let's go to the mandir, let's go to church, let's go somewhere? There's a nice verse that says in our scriptures, Antakalecha mameva smaranukta kalevaran. At least in your dying moment, you should remember the God by yourself, because you have to deal with that. At the ending moment is you and your God alone will have to deal with it. We are just people giving support. But you, the person who's there lying down, at least at that moment, you should have said your praises, say your mantras, or at least remember or repeat the name of the divine by yourself. But if in your living life you did not remember to practice that or say that or make that as a habit, well, your ending moment will be in trouble. Is that right? Jata sahi dhruvo mrityu, dhruvam janma mritasya cha, tasmad pariharirthe natvam sho chitumarhasi. Our Divine Father says in our scriptures that whatever has been created in the world, including human beings, the end of such persons will come. It's bound to come. That has nothing to do whether you are a Hindu or Catholic or whatever faith you belong to. The end of a person's life must come, has to come. But you know what? The law is also for the plants. It's also for the animals. It's also for the sky. It's also for the earth. For everything that has been created in the world will be subjected to that rule. When you understand that, natvam sho chitumarhasi, our scripture says, you do not overgrieve for that which is inevitable, which is bound to happen. You do not overly grieve or become tremendously sentimental. So that's why this is a moment really that we should praise the Lord and thank Him for having such a mother, grandmother, a person in our lives who can give us some measure, who had given us some measure of understanding, lessons, learning, in some way supported our lives. So this is a moment of expressing gratitude. Yes, you will feel the pangs of grief and sentimentalism and so on, but more importantly, your heart must be strong enough to say, Lord, thank you for a wonderful. Because you know why? Who say for sure the next development you're going to get a mommy like that, or a daddy like that, or a home like that? You see, my dear friends, there are few things in life that you have no choice over. You didn't choose mommy, Bhagmania. Neither did she choose you. So too was your dad. Isn't that true? That's true. But you find yourself there. You didn't choose the country that you were born under. You didn't choose the culture. You didn't choose your brothers. You didn't choose your sister. You understand what I'm saying? You didn't choose the way how you look. Whether you are a man or a woman, you didn't choose that either. So somebody outside there is making a big choice for us. You want to call it Krishna? No problem. You want to call it Bhagwan Ram? No problem. The God? No problem. But you could call it what? But somebody outside there is making a big decisions in our lives. And when you are blessed with a good mommy, good daddy, a good family, Lord, thank you. So it's a moment to express gratitude. They have come into your life to show you the pathway, not just the physical world, but also the pathway to the divinity. Because your death will come. It has to come. That's the law. So the question is, in your living life, I've always said, B for birth, that is when you're born. D for death, that is when you go. In the alphabet, what letter comes after B? Anybody? What letter comes after B? A, B, C. C stands for choice. C stands for choice. C stands for control. What choices did you make between the B and the D will determine how your D would be. If in your living life you have chosen things that are not uplifting in your life, that are not God-fearing, God-loving, then what are you really choosing? Because death will come. What are you really, really choosing? So, the first thing in our lives must be God-loving and God-fearing. That love, of course, should transcend towards other members of the family, children, grandchildren, mommy, daddy, neighbors, friends, and what have you. So the first thing, there must be a loving relationship being born in this world. That is one of the greatest gifts that a human being can behold in their lives. So it stands for choice. But choice has to be under control. You can't choose everything that you want, because your choices will become affected. Know what you're choosing, because your ending moment will come. So it's so important as you go along life, sharing this concern and love for everybody. God must be in all those transactions. Everything that you do in your life, God must be part and parcel of all those transactions in your life. If there is no God, then what it is then? Then what are you doing? Is it just dry like that? So I'm quite sure Bhagmania, to have arrived at 97 years of age, must have done a tremendous lot for her family, for her children, and also sharing the experiences of life towards them as well. So really, I must thank all those members of the family who took care of her, even to her last moment. All those daughters and grandsons and sons and so on, who took care of and give her, what they call, reciprocate the love that she had given to you, you did it back in return. Isn't that what's the most important thing in life? You have not come here just to build a house, pass some exam, have money in your pocket, have a big car, because you're going to leave it. And somebody is going to use it. So what is really important in your life, my dear friends? What is really important? The important thing is that how have you lived? How have you lived? How have you supported each other? With love, by God's grace, by God's compassion. That's the rule that we shall find ourselves in this life. Bole Sri, Ram Nam, Satya hai. Satya means the truth. So one of the choices in life, when you're making a choice, is the thing that you're going to choose. Is it that a truthful thing you're going to do? Well, it doesn't make sense. Your choices must also be based on some measure of truth. Otherwise, you're going to fail. And I'm quite sure Bhagmania must have done all those wonderful choices in her life to have arrived at 97. Who say for sure you and I will be for 97 as well? So I'm saying again, when you are blessed with a good mommy and a good daddy and a good country and a good family, say, Lord, thank you. This continued expression of gratitude should be an everyday exercise. Every day. Thank you. Honor her. Honor daddy as well. In so many ways, you should do. I'll tell you what will make the criteria. All the things that Bhagmania would have done in her life, she's going to take that with her. I don't mean the house. I don't mean the land. Not even the box. Not even the body she's going to take with her. But all those actions that she would have committed in her life, those resultant effect of those actions will go with her. Our Hindus say it is what you call your karmas. Isn't that so? Yes? It is called your karmas. And strange enough, we cannot burn the karma when we are going to burn this body. I don't know how God make it like that. Because there is something in that body that comes with the body. It's called the soul. It's called the Atma. So we have two sets of people here. One inside and one outside. The outside one is perishable, but the inside one, imperishable. Nenam chidanti sastrani, nenam dayati pavaka, nakledayanti nashosheti maruta. Bhagavan Krishna says, there's nothing in the world can bring an end to that which is inside of you. Your spirit soul, your consciousness. So all the actions that you have done in your lives will go with you into the next dimension. And whoever is doing the choices across there, they are using that. They are using that as a criteria to put you somewhere, someplace, some country, some geographical location in your life, some family. This is not a Vaiki Vai thing. Not by guess somebody say, you go into beach and live. Oh no. The things that you have committed in your lives is not buried in the ground, neither burnt in the fire. I don't know how God make it like that. It just goes into the next dimension with the Atma. And when you understand the mechanics of that, my dear friends, you just bat in your crease. You just be a good human being. You just be a good soul. You just be a loving person. You just be a compassionate person. When you understand that this life of yours, whatever you do, whatever you think about, whatever your intentions are, those things go with you into the next dimension. That is why it is also be God-loving and God-fearing, that your heart would not think anything that is hurtful or evil in any possible way. It will go with it. A sped arrow, a spoken word, a lost opportunity, these things does not come back. There's no return to that. Always remember those things in your lives. Teach your children about it. Let them understand this thing as they grow up into big men and women of the world. Ram Nam, Sat hai, sabka yehi gat hai. Let us praise the Lord. If you know this bhajan, I want you to sing with me. Today we ask of the Divine Father to bring or give her shelter. Shelter. We want that too. Isn't that so? I'm sure, how many of you do not want shelter at the feet of the Lord? Anybody here doesn't want that? We have to work for that. That will come for free. So between the B and the D, the choices you make, say, Lord, when you say I exit this body of mine, can you be standing there waiting to collect me, Father? Who is going to collect you on the next side? Mr. Budu come with his van and brought the body for us. When somebody at the agency does come, but the thing inside the body, who collects that? Who collects that? Because it's living, it's alive. Nothing in the world can bring it to an end. So let us praise the Lord. Let us have that Divine Father to give rest to the soul of our dear mother we call Bhagmania. Mujhe apni sharan mein le lo Ram, mujhe apni sharan mein le lo Ram. Everybody, mujhe apni sharan mein le lo Ram, mujhe apni sharan mein le lo Ram. लोचन मन में जगे न हो तो, लोचन मन में जगे न हो तो, युगल चरण में ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में. So Lord, can you give me this shelter, Father, when I exit this body? Even though, Lord, can you have some space in your eyes? Lochana manami. Have some space in your eyes also to include me there with you. जीवन देखे जाल बिछाया रच के माया नाचन छाया. जीवन देखे जाल बिछाया रच के माया नाचन छाया. चिंता मेरी तभी मिटेगी, चिंता मेरी तभी मिटेगी, जब चिंतन में ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में. तुमने लाखों पापी तारे, मेरे बारी बाजी हारे, तुमने लाखों पापी तारे, मेरी बारी बाजी हारे. मेरे पास न पुण्य की पूंजी, मेरे पास न पुण्य की पूंजी, पर पूजन में ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में. Everyone, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम. Ram Nam. Satya means the truth. So what you look at in front of you here, you're going to pass through that as well. Are you prepared? And choice comes right there. Between B for birth and D for death. Choices. Whatever you choose in your life will affect your ending moment, your deathless moment. So it's so important as young children, when your parents send you to school, you better go to school and learn well. Make yourself somebody that you can come back and contribute to the well-being of your parents, of your family, most important to your country. You have not come here for free. You have come here to contribute your love in many possible ways. Learn well. Be somebody that is good. There's no alternative to that. Sometimes illnesses come in our lives and we did not plan for it. You might say that. We did not plan for it. But we don't know what choices you have made between the B and the D that will have caused you to become ill in some. Look at, she was very good, isn't that so? She was a very strong person. I mean, long time I haven't seen a person at 97 doing a funeral ceremony at 97. Not many places I go, I see that. So she must have very good karmas. Is that so? She must have done something well in her life to have given that length of time. When you see God gives you an extra time in your life, you say, 3 scores and 10 and you're going beyond 70, you better thank the Lord for that. And continue to do those things that will support your life now and forever. Ram Nam, Satya hai, sabka yehi gata hai. So at this point in time, we will invite the person who is going to do the eulogy. Who is the eulogy person? What's the name? Eulogy. Yeah. So you have here Jillian will give the eulogy on behalf of all of us. Thank you.
Sitaram, and blessed morning to all. For today is truly a blessed day. Despite the weather, I guess Ma really did something great in her life, all this blessing she's getting. We celebrate the life of Bhagmania Jaggernath. For those who don't know me, I'm one of the grandchildren and last of the deceased Minty. You all know her for Goli or Sugani. Take note, and I want to see all the grandchildren faces. I'm also Ma's favorite grandchild. I know I get the eyebrows, I just wanted to see all the raised eyebrows of the other grands. Just thought I would take the opportunity to say that because I often nag Ma and ask her the same question on many occasions. She never answered, but gave me the most affectionate smile and stare. I know she loved me, but deep down, we all knew who her favorite was. Without a doubt. And it was Ajit earlier? Yeah. To everything, there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to plant, a time to pluck up that which is planted, and a time to die. Though the body is temporary and eventually dies, as Baba said, the soul is eternal. Bhagmania Jaggernath, we all know her for Moya, Ma, Old Lady, Cooks. You know, Plamita always have a nickname for somebody. She was the daughter of Sukya and Danis, born in Freeport, but grew up in Bish. At the age of 5, her mother died. The tough life started. She took the mantle to be the responsible big sister and took care of her brother Boy whilst her father went to work. At the age of 10, she was married to Dubra and brought to Plummeton. They were fortunate to have 6 children. Bechan, who's that? Papi Toy, Samaru, Chico, Minty, my mother Golly, Lauti. Y'all know who those people are? Tuna, Popti, Dula, and Sukraji, we all know her for Suki. Life for her became tougher when her husband died. Natural instincts of a mother to provide for her family, Ma became a laborer, planting and cutting rice in the lagoon. She even planted her own garden and sold conchs to earn an extra $1. Some might remember her milking the cow to make fresh ghee. A true and incredible matriarch in our family. She was not wealthy, but she stored a lot of riches. She stored riches in her ambition to work, her welcoming heart to family, friends, and strangers, her willingness to give, and her enthusiasm for life and living. For this, God has granted her 97 precious years on this earth, a milestone very rare to reach or achieve. We all would agree that Ma had a serious side, especially when it came to housework and doing work and chores done next in the house. We fear the days when Ma will come to visit. Imagine that, Grandma coming. Terror reign when you slept late. She would come to our rooms and insist we get up to help our mother. Get up and help cook breakfast for your father. Get up and only do all your work. She nagged, would not say what our thoughts were. But we did get up hesitantly and did what was requested because we didn't want that old lady making a second pass in the bedroom. Together, Ma and Mommy were lionesses, waiting to pounce at their prey. We knew to leave trouble alone. Ma, our matriarch lioness, was also a woman of warmth. She cared for her pride. A lady with a heart full of compassion. She loved deeply and fully all of us. She was the kind of person who just had more love in her heart for the people who joined our lives. Always ready to welcome anyone to her home, and feeding them was her #1 priority. The story of my grandmother wouldn't be complete if I didn't pay homage to her incredible cooking. It seemed anything she made was delicious. She had a sweet hand. Everything was tasty, from food to mitai. Our favorite time was attending puja, but often wished the pandit would shorten the puja so we could eat. After prayers, it was dessert first. Well, the cousins used to clean that brown bag and eagerly await the men to eat. When you tasted the food, you didn't miss meat. Vegetarian food at its best. Your belly full to capacity, but somebody would pass and rub your back and say, "You good? What do you want to eat? Give me some more. Give he some more." Ma had a lashing masala chalta and the taste-safe roll-up sahina. She taught her children well, even the boys, Papi Toy and Chico, because they lent a hand in making the best roti and parasite in Plummeton. A Hindu at heart, devoted to her religion, traditions, and customs. A believer of a higher being, and a member of the temple in Plummeton. Her attire we will never forget, for this image is embedded in our heads. Her pretty dress, complemented by her belt, and the significant urni securely tucked in her waist, ensuring her head was respectively covered. A woman of affection to all who greeted her. She will hug, kiss, and caress your face. happy for the visit. The males in his family knew when to come. Knew when they come by Ma was king treatment for them. Ma would say, go and take out some food for the boy. You give him something to drink? She spoiled them. Her sons-in-law knew to expect their special bags of their favorites when it was Diwali. And they vex if you touch it. Coming to Plummeton was always a joy. All Ma's side of the family would gather, be it for prayers, weddings, birthdays. We enjoyed meeting our aunties and uncles. They were always thrilled to see us. We enjoyed cousins' time, all talking and laughing and just enjoying the company. When it was time to leave, they will all come to that roadside, as you see there, to see us leave and bid us goodbye, including Ma. It made us feel loved, and our presence was much appreciated. Today we gather here for another occasion. Our farewell has definitely made a tremendous shift. We say goodbye to Ma. We will miss her. Though sudden, we console ourselves knowing that Ma has been granted her a full life. God has granted her a full life. 22 grandchildren, 35 great-grand, and 5 great-great-grand. What an achievement. I'll say, it's time for her to rest. Life has dealt her some serious blows. Seeing the passing of 4 of her children, I think, was the worst. We saw her dwindle in the past few years. Unable to walk and remember anyone besides Dula. We still thought this old lady will score a century. She batted better than TKR. But God had a different plan. Her journey on earth has ended, and our hope is that we will meet her one day. We love her, and we will miss her, and may she rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gillian. This was really, really well done. Give her a little clap there. That was really nice. Nice compliments to somebody who was... How many of you are close to that kind of culture of Bhagmania? How many of you are close to the culture of Bhagmania? Her ways, her life, her expressions. If you miss that, you really miss plenty, boy. If you miss that, you miss out in life. You know, I remember something that she was saying, there's a nice quote that came from the Ramayana. It is said, you don't mind people's business. Do you mind people's business, any of you? Don't mind people's business. Mind people's interests. They're way different. Don't mind people's business, but mind people's interests. So what Jillian was saying, family came, did you bring something for them to eat? Give them something to drink? She was always caring. That's people's interests. You must know the difference between people's business and people's interests. If you're going in people's business, then your choices are bad. It will put you in a bad state. Interest, it will bring you closer to your maker. That's why she probably had gone to 97. And you know, some of the words that Jillian was saying there, she was really rich. She was a rich woman, probably not monetary-wise, but she was rich in her character, in her nature, in her praises to her God. Rich in ambition, as Jillian said, rich in ambition. She was always wanting to do something to uplift herself and her family as well. How many of you are rich in your ambition? These days, people want to get rich otherwise. Isn't that so? You look on the news, and you saw people want to get rich. She did not choose that path. She did it herself. Ambition, able to do something for yourself and lift your soul in the eyes of God. She had the enthusiasm for life. How many of us have that? You come home and say, Mommy, I'm tired, I'm half dead. Oh no. She had the enthusiasm for living. Those are wonderful attributes of Bhagmania. I do hope when you, after everything is over and you sit back on your chair, or you relax at home, you reflect on some of the attributes of Bhagmania and make it a part of your life before you die. Before you die. What do you want to carry? What is it that you're going to carry in your next moment of your life? Only those good attributes. I'm quite sure. Whoever is outside there making a decision about her would have placed her in a most wonderful place. This says, probably don't come yet, I'm going to give you another home. I'm sure she's going to get a home of a very noble family. Noble family. She deserved that. If God says, you have to go on to another existence. Or we just ask Divine Father, Lord, keep her at your feet, give her shelter towards the divine feet, O Lord. This is our wish. But He will make the final decision. Ram Nam, Sat hai, sabka yehi gat hai. Let's put our hands together. I know the rain is threatening. I do not know how the traffic will be. There's a long distance we have to go. Hari Om. I don't want to just stand in the water, but just put our hands together on this prayer. This prayer says, O Divine Father, You are alone, our Mother, our Master, our Helper in every way, Lord. You are the protector of those who have no support of Divine Father. You are always in every way the giver of happiness. You are the destroyer of pain and vices, O Father. You are the protector of the entire world, Lord. So much compassion, Lord. Sometimes we forget You, Father, that You exist, but You have not forgotten us in any way. There is no end to Your kindness, O Divine Father. Pituma tu saha yak swami sakha. Pituma tu saha yak swami sakha. Tumhi ekanath हमारे हो जिनके कछुआर आधार नहीं जिनके कछुआर आधार नहीं तिनके तुम ही रखवारे हो पितुमा तुसा यक स्वामी सखा तुम ही एक नाथ हमारे हो तुम ही एक नाथ हमारे हो. राम नाम सत्य है, सबका यही गत है. May we all stand. Take flowers in the hand, gentlemen. So, my dear friends, we have come to the end of the first part of today's exercise. It's our singular duty to continue the rites at the next location. I must say you all are very blessed to have been given the opportunity. You know, in today's world, as we put on our television, radio, read the newspaper, you see how people live in. Somebody just come and snatch your life and go on with it. I think Bhagmania was very, very fortunate that this life of hers left her naturally with a family that is around her. I hope you pray for that. That somebody jump in your house in the night time because they want something else in your house and you have to go first. You pray for long life, just as Bhagmania did in this life of hers. Hari Om. My dear friends, I just want to say to you, if there is any way, in any way Bhagmania had done something to you, and you feel hurt, probably she might have said something, did something that you felt very uncomfortable, I want you to forgive her. Forgive her. And if any of you have done anything to her, I ask her through God to also forgive you too. You see, my dear friends, at the ending of your life, you must not carry any baggage. Let me say that word again. Don't tote unnecessary baggage to the next side of the bridge. I'm going to give you a real story before I conclude. This guy was terminally ill. And the doctor said, sir, you go home. There's nothing we can do for you. Go and see what your family can give to you. Whatever you want, give it to you. And then they took him to a place called a hospice, a place where people go and work out their time. The manager of the hospice says, sir, is there anything you'd like to fix up before you go? He says, yes. What is that? He said, I have a brother. For 30 years we did not speak. And today I want to make amends to that brother. Could you bring that brother to my bed here? As this happened in India recently. And the brother came. When the good brother saw this other sick brother, they both started to cry. Because this sick brother had something in his heart that he wanted to fix before he leave. When the brother came, he says, brother, you remember so many years ago, you built a wall in the house and you divide mommy and daddy from the rest of the family. You hurt mommy and daddy. Could you, my dear brother, break down that wall and allow the family to become united? It was on his chest. And the brother, yes, my dear brother, I'll certainly do that for you. And they hugged each other and they cried even more. 15 minutes later, the brother who was sick, he passed on. I just stayed there to let you know, in your ending moment, don't carry baggages. Don't carry hurt. Don't carry things that go with you. The only thing that you're supposed to carry with you is your love for your God. The love for your God. That's why it's in your choice between the B and the D. Make sure part of that choice you have some feeling of love for your Maker. And that your ending moment will be very sad. Choices. Don't take baggages to the next side of the bridge of your life. And we pray. Whatever your wishes for Mama, always say in your heart. Hari Om Anadhini Dhano Deva Shanka Chakra Gadadhara Akshay Pundarikaksha Preta Moksha Pradubhava Om Krishna Krishna Kripalu Tvam Kutinam Gatirvava Sansarmagranam Prasidha Purushottamaham Om Tat Sat Preta Atma Shanti Om Tat Sat Preta Atma Shanti Om Tat Sat Preta Atma Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Shama Shanti Redhi Ram Nam Sat Hai Sabka Yehi Gat Hai. Place the flowers at the feet. Touch your forehead, gentlemen. So if there's anyone you have not viewed the body as yet, you can come in one direction, put your flower, and walk back out into another direction. We have one final rite to do before we go to the hearse. Thank you. So other members of the society, community can come and offer their flowers. Come in one direction and exit into another. Use all the flowers that you have there. Use out all the flowers. If you have been just cut it on her body, no problem with that.
Ram Nam Satya Hai. My dear devotees, please be reminded that when we leave here, we go to the road down to San Grande on. We turn off at the Valencia roundabout onto the highway, and we go straight down to Kirab Junction. Then we turn off the Caroni. So take note, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget too that the road is wet and be very cautious. Thank you.
तू कितनी चकोर बोले